We are back on the White Sox March to October, episode 2. I know there was a little bit of a space, I guess, in between the first episode and this one, but I'm trying to fit this into a schedule, like a weekly thing. Well, this isn't going to be a weekly thing, it'll be 3 times a week. So right now, I'm planning on posting this White Sox March to October on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. No promises that it'll stay like that because I'm horrible with scheduling, but that's the goal. So anyway, at the end of last episode, we didn't really get too into like team stuff and lineups and all that. And I wanted to do all this off camera because knowing me, it would have taken way too long. So actually, first things first, I was wrong. There was no way, you don't have like full roster control like I thought, unless maybe that's not unlocked until a little bit later in the season. But I kind of thought that's what this screen would be, is you could like move your top minor league guys up if you wanted to, but you can't. And Eloy doesn't even show up on this screen. He doesn't show up until you go over to 2022 with like what this game projects the team would look like next season, and then he shows up. So that's kind of a shame. It would have been cool to bring him up, and then also it kind of looks like this Matt Thompson dude is pretty good. But what I do remember for 100% fact is they said there would be some like minor leaguer player lock moments, and I don't remember exactly how they said those would work. But if I remember right, it was like you kind of player lock with a minor leaguer, and it'd be a lot like a player boost moment on your normal team. But if you did good with them, then their overall would boost like right away. And then from that point, you might be able to bring them up to the big. So I think that's how it might work. Let's hope Eloy gets one of those moments, because we need you on the team, buddy. So let's look at our lineups here. Let's look at the team as a whole. And I mean, we knew we would, but the White Sox are looking pretty good. This is how I set the lineup against righties. We got Tim, then Moncada, because he's pretty good against righties. Then I went Jose and Luis Robert batting 4, because he's got 80 power against righties, which I think is the highest on the team against righties. Then Eaton, Grandal, Vaughn, and Collins. I'm leaving Vaughn and Collins how they are, because Collins is pretty good as a DH against righties. So we'll have to sacrifice some defense when Vaughn's in the lineup. Our corner outfield won't be that great, 55 fielding on both sides. And then Madrigal rounding things off, which I could definitely see moving him up in the order as we move on, but I'm just sticking with the White Sox normal strategy for now. Then against the lefties, it's going to look pretty similar. We got Tim Anderson leading off. I got Luis Robert in the second hole for this one. Then Abreu, Grandal cleanup. Vaughn's going to be 5. Moncada 6. The Adams. And then Madrigal. And for this, I went ahead and put Engel in left field and Vaughn at DH, because for some reason they had Vaughn starting in left field when Engel was also in the lineup, and they had Engel DHing. So then our full-time bench guys are going to be Lucroy, Mendick, and Leury. I still don't really understand how Lucroy made his way onto these rosters, but that's what we're going to have to work with. And then over on the pitching side of things, we got a really strong first 3 in the rotation. Giolito, Keuchel, Lance, Lynn. Rodon is still pretty highly rated. 75 will definitely get the job done. But then our 5th spot here. Right now, it's going to Dylan Cease. But we got Cease, Kopech, and Lopez, who are all pretty similar overall. So I could change things out at some point. I really wish they gave Kopech a higher rating too. Like, I understand why he's only a 62, because, I mean, by the time these rosters were set, Kopech still hadn't played a major league game since 2018. But it's just disappointing that he's not going to be that great in this March to October with how he's playing in real life. But who knows, maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll get some type of boost with him, or his overall will just go up a lot and then he'll be stronger. But then the rest of our pen, I feel like as a whole, I don't want to say they got disrespected. Maybe I'm just overestimating what the White Sox bullpen should be. But I feel like Cody Hoyer earned himself at least over a 70. Same with Evan Marshall. I mean, maybe not Marshall as much, but he was pretty good last year. But it's still a pretty solid bullpen. I mean, Crochet is going to be really good, and he's just going to keep getting better. Even though they're a little lower than I would have liked, Foster, Hoyer, and Marshall are going to be decent righties. We all know Aaron Bummer is going to be a beast, and then Hendricks is the closer. So that's going to lead me into the trade management screen. I figured for now, we really don't have many weaknesses in the lineup other than the fielding part of Andrew Vaughn and Adam Eaton. So for now, I put some positional needs at both corner outfield spots. Because, I mean, even though Andrew Vaughn is a pretty decent hitter at the plate, there's definitely people we could trade for that would be better. And they'd actually be good in the field. So then these team needs kind of similar. I just put contact and left-handed pitcher. Oh yeah, because I also had the relievers as a positional need. Because you can always use left-handed relievers. So then the players to target screen, it was a little tough because I don't know where teams are shaping up. Like, you don't know who's going to be a contender or not at this point in the season, especially on a March to October. But I went with our 2 corner outfielders, 2 lefties in the bullpen. I feel like Mike Yastrzemski is actually kind of realistic, because I doubt the Giants are going to be contending for anything. So Mike Yastrzemski is kind of like the perfect person to trade away if you're going to be heading into a rebuild. 30 years old, and he's a really solid bat, and he's not too bad in the field. So I feel like that's more realistic. Joey Gallo might not be realistic at all. But just as I was scrolling through people, I don't know, he stuck out to me. Obviously it'd be nice to get him, but I just don't think the Rangers would trade him away. But you never know. You never know. And then both these lefty bullpen guys, nothing really special. They're both just solid 75 overall lefty arms. So then the players to shop, I kept thinking back to how I mentioned before, we're going to have those minor league player lock moments. So I didn't want to shop around players that could end up being decent if they were brought up. But obviously I still wanted to add guys that were going to have some trade value. So I don't know, I kind of didn't add some of our top guys. Like, I feel like this Matthew Thompson, if he ends up getting called up at 19 years old, a potential maybe with whatever boost it gives, he'd be a 70. I mean, that'd be pretty good. He would definitely be a good trade piece, but I don't know. I don't know how to attack this. This is a little bit more of a learning process this year, even though I've done a couple March to Octobers before. And then lastly, untouchables, that doesn't really matter because you can always not trade away somebody you don't want to trade away. Alright, but now all that's out of the way, hopefully it didn't take up too much time, but we got a pretty big key moment to get into here. We're up 14-0, so there's really not too much of a risk of losing the game, but Lance Lynn is going for the no-hitter. It seems like they always give you these no-hitter opportunities early in the season, and I never am able to do it. So maybe this time's different, but let's give it a try.
Who's got his club in a rare and exciting situation. Heidi, can you offer some insight without violating any baseball taboos?
Well, I don't want to jinx a masterful pitching performance by saying any kind of certain words out loud, but let me just draw your attention to the number in the opposing team's hit column. Here's a hint. The number looks like a bagel, maybe a donut. Is this performance going to go down in the record books, Matt?
All right, Heidi, thank you.
So Mike Trout is going to be our first hurdle to climb over. That's kind of a difficult spot to get put into. Yeah, I mean, that's literally always how it happens. That is how it happens every time. It's always in the first inning that they bring me into the game, I give up the hit. There's not even any drama. But of course, it's going to be a very early swing that just barely sneaks inside the foul lines. Alright, but yeah, now from this point on, we just got to worry about finishing a good game here. Because we still should get somewhat of a boost for Lance Lynn if he finishes strong. Okay, that's going to be another hit. Are they going to get Trout around to score here? There's no way. Really? Talk about a run that should not be coming around to score. Okay, this is... You know... You guys are going to have to remind me if you can. But isn't this exactly how it went down in last year's White Sox March to October? Didn't I give up the base hit on the very first pitch, and then I couldn't get out of the 7th inning? Yeah, this is just, oh my god. And even though I have auto shifts turned off since I'm only the one player, they've got the shifts back on. I don't know how he got a double on that. This is just a mess. Good thing we had a 14-run lead. That should be the second out. Oh my god, when we were mowing them down with Giolito in that first game, I'm thinking, man, pitching is a little easy this year. But what is this? Oh no, we're coming back out. How many runs do we give up this inning? Do they make it competitive? Trout, he's still going. Alright, that's going to get Upton. Better inning that inning. At least we didn't give up 4 runs again. Alright, they're taking me out. That's good. That's just... I'd love to get one chance at a no-hitter that actually makes it interesting and we go to the 9th. But that went from being probably a crazy White Sox debut for Lance Lynn to just kind of an average start. Alright, so we didn't get the no-hitter, but the team won, so we still get 1 fireball. Moncada had 2 home runs that game. I should have looked at the box score to see what everybody did. Alright, so what's that? I'm guessing that, yeah, no player boost for that. Makes sense. Usually they're not too forgiving if you don't get the no-hitter. Like, I gave up the hit right away in my Rangers franchise with a guy, but I still ended up throwing a 1-hit shutout. Oh my god, we're winning games. I'm talking about something before and I realized we didn't drop a game there. Alright, well here we go. We got a win to keep this streak alive. We're 7-1. Our projected wins already jumped up 3. We started at 88, we're at 91. Look at some of these numbers right now. We're 8 games into the season. Andrew Vaughn has 5 home runs already. Anderson's got 4, Moncada with 3. And then if you look at batting averages, I mean Mendick doesn't start, but Grandal's batting .462, Madrigal .393. The team is kind of on fire right now. We got to keep that going. It looks like if I'm reading this scoreboard right, we're going to be coming into this game not only down 1, but we got to get out of a bases loaded jam. No Heidi, I guess, for this game. We got Matt Foster on the mound, 2 outs, bases loaded, and Soler up. Oh, and we get Soler chasing a bad slider. Alright, so that's the stress gone right away. Let's pick up our runs early here so we really don't have stress. Oh, Madrigal on 2 strikes in this game isn't like how he is in real life, but oh my god. Mondesi with the overthrow, that's giving us a chance here. And they're taking out the pitcher after that. Oh, you gotta feel bad for him. I forgot this guy, this Stomont here. He's got outlier on his fastball, 102. Oh, I took it. Oh, I don't know what I was looking for there. Oh my gosh. This guy is tough. Oh, Abreu gets that through. I'm going to test it. There's no Armin left. And Madrigal gets in there. Oh man, that had me worried for a second. But Abreu ties it up on the single. And he looked thrilled about that, didn't he? Oh my god, what a pitch. It didn't get any easier. I'm kind of lucky that Abreu was able to get that 1 hit. Oh, and another strikeout on the slider. Matt Foster's kind of nasty sometimes here. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, I actually saw the curveball for once and I got under it. It didn't break enough. Oh, Vaughn hits that one pretty good. That should get down. It's not going to leave. But a 2-out double might give us a chance here with 2 outs. Did I just say a 2-out double with 2 outs? Oh, no. That was right there, and I thought it was a fastball. It's tough to see the difference with this guy. Oh, that one got me again. He threw the curveball in like the same spot 2 times in a row. I'm just going to stick with Foster. I mean, he was pitching good. He's got some energy left still. Oh. I think I just barely missed on the timing there with the pinpoint, and it resulted in a homer. Definitely didn't end up in a good spot, but he was way early on it. You know what? I shouldn't stick with Foster. We got to keep this at 1 run if we can. We'll get Aaron Bummer some work. Oh, it's his first appearance of the year. Okay. Why have we not used Bummer yet if this is the 8th game of the season? I don't like that. We gotta... He should be like our main guy out of the bullpen. Alright, the grounder. That gets Merrifield. 1 out. Oh, we gotta make this play. It's giving me the red circle. No! What? Oh, but they're going to third. Please get him out. Oh, no. How do we not... We had 2 chances to get an out on that play, and he ends up with a triple. Alright, we got him striking out, so now they're going to need a single to get the run home. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was going to sneak by. At least we don't have to face Stomont anymore, but who knows, this guy might not be any better. Madrigal, man, you can't be hitting it in the air. That's not your game. That should drop in there, right? Okay, good. I got worried there for a second. It looked like it was hanging up. Oh, that's not going to be anything. Oh, that's a pretty decent swing, too. Alright, well, MVP Abreu in a pretty big spot. Oh? Did I... Oh, I think... How did... I don't know how that swing was that much of a pop-up. Well, it's only 1 snowflake, which I guess isn't that bad. But man, so far in this, I mean, it's only been, what, 2 games of actually hitting, but I've struggled a little bit at the plate. I don't know if things are different this year, or if that's just down to the fact that most of me playing MLB 21 so far is like playing on rookie or veteran against the CPU. But oh man, we're dropping games. I think we lost 3, but then we won 1, and we got a Madrigal player boost next. Alright, well we're still looking good, 8-4 record. We're gonna save this Madrigal moment here for the next one though. And I'm kind of conflicted, do I call this a good episode or not? I mean, if you think about it, we kind of failed both things we were dropped into, but we still won way more games than we lost. So I'll just call it a episode. But anyway, if you like episodes, then drop me a like on this one. And subscribe to see more episodes of the White Sox March to October. But for now, that's going to do it for me. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.